PS2 mini games.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of PS2 Mini Games. This is basically 2 mini episodes spliced into one. We're going to be talking about rebuilding shelf units or just adjusting heights, and an eBay lot I recently bought and why I bought it. So, as suggested, I've been basically redoing some shelves just to fit more things into better places. Because I've basically, to my left, built a much bigger, wider unit for most of the games, I've now basically got a complete empty shelf unit. And what will be a second empty shelf unit, much better built next time, by the way. I mean, yeah. I'm not the best builder, but I build things to stand and deliver, you know what I mean? As long as the shelves are flat, that's good enough at the moment. So simply put, with the shelving unit to the left, the one here, as you see, there's a few things on it at the moment. I've changed some of these shelving heights, as you'll see in a second, so I recorded me doing some of it. And that now will become the console/peripheral stand. You know, you'll see in a second as we go into the videos. Yeah. But the main event of this episode is the eBay lot I bought. Once again, you'll see what I bought. Basically, I bought about 188 games in one lot. Why did I buy this? There was one game I really wanted, but there was other games that actually turned out I needed. So it was better than I expected it. Also, I'm going to sell the other games back on 2 bundles. I'll explain a little later on. But first of all, let's get into the building aspect of this episode. Enjoy.
Let's get started.
Pretty much now, got a free unit here. So, I'm going to turn this unit into a console unit. So literally, I'm going to take some shelves out, make them bigger. And each shelf's going to have like corresponding console with corresponding controller. You know what I mean? So, like, obviously, big, fat, chunky black with black controller, thin, and I might also. So, I'll show you. I'll see you. I'm pretty much going to do like chunky here, controller in the middle, thin here for black, same for satin. Then obviously thin pink. Then obviously blue, aqua blue, chunky. And if I got space, I'll probably put the Guitar Hero on the bottom or on the top, and there's other accessories I've already got that you haven't seen yet. So I'm not going to show you them, but they're going to go there too. The last month I bought a few accessories in the last month. Now, you've already seen that obviously, but there's a few you haven't seen yet. So yeah, obviously when I do buy the PS2 multicolour controllers, I put them here too. But I thought it'd be a bit different because I came to that point now where I'm much more organised with my stands. Someone did make a point. Why didn't I just buy it from IKEA? Finances. IKEA, the closest IKEA to me is like Milton Keynes. I don't know if IKEA does delivery, but I don't entirely trust IKEA. Plus, at the end of the day, I like building. And I live very close to a DIY. I literally can walk to a DIY and carry wood home. And each shelf's only worth about £9 each. So £9 plus screws. I can pretty much build my whole unit for about 60 quid. That's a win. That's a win. Anyway, so what we're going to do now, well, you probably won't see me, I might show you a bit of drilling. We're going to take this apart. Well, we're not taking it apart. We're going to remove a few of these shelves. We're going to measure out properly this time, not rush it. And we're going to see... give me a second. Obviously, I'm going to stand this up like such. I'm probably going to get... I know they used to sell on the old PS2 stands, so you could actually stand your console like this. I don't know about anyone else, but I always let my console sit like that because obviously it's just more supportive. But some people just let their console stand like that and load the disc in sideways. Yeah, it's a bit weird to me. It's a bit weird. Anyway, let's get started. What could possibly go wrong? I mean, possibly go wrong. That's the first thing that's ever gone wrong.
That sounds right.
Right guys, I've done the first 2 shelves. I'm just going to basically show you this and see what I'm going for. If we just pan to the right quickly, actually left even maybe. Right, so as you can see the top shelf, I've raised the shelf a little bit. So pretty much we're going for chunky, controller, slim. If I just... There we go. So that's what we're basically going for here. So, obviously aqua blue, they only made the chunky for this. This is probably the most... Well, not the rarest one, but the most sought after PS2 these days because it's the I won't say coolest, but it's just the one you don't see most often. Obviously, that's not the controller for it. That's just another controller. That's the dark blue controller I already owned. So I'm just going to put that left for the moment until I find it. Obviously, pink controller, pink slim. Obviously, the pink slim was made for young females, for SingStar fans, pretty much. Shockingly, that's got the best load times of any console, of like any PS2 console. Best load times, the pink one. It's hilarious. And if you just pan down a smidgen, oh good lord. Yes, so as you can see, black chunky. Obviously, I have 2 black controllers, but the black slim there. And the third shelf, I'm pretty much going to bring it down, put the Saturn there, and obviously the Saturn same way. Then after that, any space I've got in the bottom there will go for peripherals. Most likely going to be the Guitar Hero at the moment, maybe the actual Joy-Con, Jesus I wish. The gun. We'll go with the gun. Put the gun down in the box too. That's pretty much the way it's going to go at the moment. I will get stands, because I know you can buy stands for PS1, PS2 controllers. People actually do like customs. They're really expensive though, so I might do that one at a time. And obviously I know they actually released an official PS2 stand for the Chunkies. I don't know about the Slims, but the Chunkies got them, so yeah. Being honest, I never like standing them like this. I'm always a bit worried about that. So until I actually get the stands, I'm probably going to just lay them down for a little while. But that's what I'm going to go for at the moment, because I know my luck, that'll be the first major earthquake in English history, and everything gets destroyed. Obviously, for people who don't realise, England have literally little to no earthquakes. If we get them, there's a very small tremors, but never. No earthquakes in Britain. Fantastic. Right, so I'm going to cut out now and basically finish this job off. Earthquake! As you can see, I'm pretty much nearly all done now. As you can see, now I've put the game sign on the top shelf with the PS2 boxed. Once I get the stands, once I get something to stand up properly, I mean, it will stand right now, but one like smack and it's going to hit the floor. But obviously, it's going to be aqua blue controller as such, controller pink. Then if we scroll down, black chunky, black controller, probably another black controller, thin chunky, then I'll do Saturn later on. But for now, time being, because the gap seemed to be perfect, I didn't do that on purpose. I just put the Guitar Hero box there, and underneath a few extra accessories which you haven't officially seen yet. You'll see them in the Norwich episode. But anyway, that took me about 10-20 minutes. It didn't take me that long. While we're here though, because obviously now I've got the actual stand, I can swing the camera around quite easily. So here we go. So this is basically now becoming the main. Oh good lord! This is now becoming the main stand. Put it in context. If we just scroll down, this goes down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shelves at the moment, and each shelf roughly holds about 110 to 120 games, legit. So on there right now, if we did the basic mathematics, 7 times 110, 770 games on there roughly at the moment. Got space for one more shelf. I might leave the top shelf for like maybe peripherals, but it's not fully complete yet. I'm going to do some remodeling, because the shelves are kind of, the bottom 5 shelves are fine because I've given them more support, but I ran out of like little extra bits of like supporting wood because I need to like drill them in. So the top 2 shelves are bending in the middle slightly, which is somewhat concerning. So thank God PS2 games are light. That's all I'm saying, because yeah, I don't want anything. I don't want like 3 o'clock in the morning here like massive crash, and it's like, oh no, I know what that is. It's gonna happen one day. I know it is, but at the moment it's pretty good. I mean, this one I've rebuilt, and obviously I did once again use my friend, and these are as flat as it gets. So excellent. So this is old wood from many years ago. I say wood, PDF kind of thing, you know what I mean, not officially wood. That's why it's not meant to be used. You're not meant to use screws, and that's why it's like things at the side here, but the screws hold them, so you know what I mean. Anyway, that's pretty much the building side of this episode. We're now going to get to the main event, which was the eBay side of this episode. Yeah. Brain just left my body yet again.
The box.
Righty-ho, so these just turned up. This is an eBay lot I've been inspecting for the last few days. There are some 180 plus games in these boxes. These boxes weigh roughly 15 kilograms each. As you can imagine, I'm going to go through these one by one. It's going to take me a while, so I'm not going to film that because you haven't got about 2 years. Obviously, I've put them upside down so you can't see my actual address, so I'm not that stupid. So I'm going to attack these momentarily, and we're going to find out. Well, I know what's in there, but we're going to show them off, then put them in alphabetical order. Then obviously I'll show off the games I need and show off the rest of the games I'm going to sell back on. Because to be honest, I think I got this reasonably cheap, and I think if done correctly and cleaned up and photoed much better. Well, that was terrible English, I'm sorry. If I photograph this lot to a better degree, we'll go with that one. I might actually be able to not only get all my money back, but actually make a profit on this. Anyway, I'll see you on the other side. Right, so from first looking, this actually looks reasonably well organised. This is the first box, by the way. I will say that I hope that's not the game I want it to be, but there was always going to be the other game which the courier would make mistake for. This was delivered by Hermes. So to be honest, I'm stunned I actually got here. Hermes have the reputation, just like I think they're the same company now. They are the worst people to use for sending parcels. If I was going to recommend anyone, I would choose DHL. Yes, they're mildly more expensive, but it does get there. It gets there every time. Right, so you can see that they're now all out of the box. I think it's officially 186 of these games. I basically paid £1 per game, 186. Why did I buy this? Obviously, there's a few games I need. You might just notice one right there. That one's actually reasonably a good find. But the majority of these games are not what you call shovelware. Apart from like the odd FIFA, which maybe like 5 or 6 of them, the majority of these games are actually like £3, £4, £5 there. So in theory, if you clean these cases up, put them in alphabetical order, resell it on, you will have a good chance of getting your money back. So basically, and obviously these days it's getting harder to find certain games I need. This is actually not a reasonably risky move, but I'm going to try it. So anyway, what we're going to do now, we're going to go through the games I actually need. I don't think there's going to be that many. There's at least one, but I think there's like 2 or 3 in there somewhere. And then we're going to reorganize this alphabetical order, and we're going to sell on eBay, give it 7 days, maybe put a reserve on it, and we'll see. This could go really well or horrific, or horribly. You'll see. Yeah. Okay, I'll cut this again. 3, 2, 1. So this can go either really horribly bad or very good. So as you saw, the games and have been alphabetically ordered, so they're ready to go. So I did a mock test. So I actually put them on eBay to sell for reserve price. I didn't expect to sell them. I put them there. I want to see what people are willing to pay for it, because I want to see what the market's like, right? So I put a reserve of 160 on it, knowing that I wasn't going to get it. Put it up for 3 days, and the biggest bid I got was 110. That's 110 for what was about 200 games, because I put some extra games in there from leftovers. So they're paying about 55 pence per game, which is a bit low, to be honest, for eBay, because some lots they'll get like £1 a game. And to be honest, it's not a case of there's a lot of shovelware. There isn't actually much shovelware. There's a lot of decent games in there. I'm assuming it's just wrong time, wrong place, so I might try that again. But I went through the bundle again, and I've decided I'm going to sell it in 2 different bundles now. It's going to be the big bundle, which is basically all the discs are in good condition. They should all play. Then it's going to be the smaller bundle, which is acceptable / I can't guarantee they're going to play. Probably the untested, need to repair bundle. You'd be surprised the amount of bundles that get a decent amount of money for people who just buy games that do not work and they'll repair them. So I ain't got time to do that. I just ain't got time to do it. So there's going to be 2 eBay lots now. They're going to go to auction. There'll be no reserves, and once they've gone, they've gone. So that's going to happen sometime after this episode gets released. eBay, if anyone's even remotely interested, my eBay handle is Spanish Italian 2010. I'm not going to go into the reason why it's that. I've spent that for about 13 years. Just go with it. Obviously, those in Discord also know that. Wow, man, I see Discord. I haven't mentioned it since we announced it, but yes, we do have a Discord. It's about 25 strong at the moment, which is more than I thought it was going to be. And we do have a general chat once or twice a day with certain people. If you want to have a chat with your fellow subscribers / viewers, so far the majority of people who join the Discord have their own collections. I've been finding out quite a few people have amazing collections, whether it was Colin with his Wii U collection, Dave was Xbox 360 collection, but a lot of you have your own PS2 collections. So That's pretty cool. That's the best part of Discord I found out so far. Also, thank you for. I'm just gonna use his Discord handle. Oliver Master. We brought him on as a mod for the Discord because he's more tech savvy than myself, and Dave's got a bit other things he's got to take care of. So he's been helping with some of the modifications of Discord. So thank you. It's greatly appreciated. But if you want to join it, we'll probably put some kind of in the description. We'll put the link in there. And hopefully it'll work this time, because a couple of times it hasn't worked, even though it's been the exact same link every episode. That's Discord for you. And I'm back. The first microphone ran out of life, literally. So thank God it just got to the point where I finished talking about Discord. So once again, put a Discord link in the description. If you want to have a chat with your fellow collectors, subscribers / viewers, we welcome everyone. Anyway, to the bundle again. Once again, I'm going to split it into two, as I mentioned earlier. Look for it on the actual thing. But out of the bundle, I got 9 games. 6 normal ones. 6 normal ones, 3 platinum. So it's the first platinum pick I've had in some time, which I'm very happy with. So we're going to go through them one by one. We'll do the best game to last. I say best, the one I wanted the most to last. Anyway, so first one, Rally World Championship, Rally Evolved. Be paying £2 at CX for this. It's one of the many rally games that the PS2 held. I mean, it's like 20 plus already. Rally is a fun sport to watch and play. Not like the biggest, most competitive sport in the world for me. I'll watch it when I literally got nothing better to do. One of those things. So, God, my friend Colin's losing his shit right now. He loves Rally. Game number 2, shovelware these days, but back in the day, Salt Lake 2002. Obviously a Winter Olympics game. If memory serves, Salt Lake was the Winter Olympics where I believe it was the figure skating, not the rhythmic figure skating, like dancing. The judges were bribed. Legit, the judges were bribed because I think the Canadian team should have won it, but the scores they were given were far below what they should have, and there was some bribery and corruption involved. Bribery and corruption at the Olympics? Shocking, isn't it? In all seriousness, the Olympics, there's so much cheating in the Olympics, mostly through drug taking in the summer and in the winter. At this point, just let them do it. I mean, just do normal 100 meters, then do 100 meters all drugs taken category. I want to see a man run the 100 meters in 6.5 seconds. He's on so much drugs, he's literally and then I just want to see him cross the line and go, yeah, and then have a massive heart attack. Because he's got so much drugs in him, he's literally his heart's gonna fucking explode. You tell me that wouldn't be some serious karma playing in action right there. I mean, honestly, there's always going to be cheaters at the Olympics. It's one of those things. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked yet again. Game number 3 from the bundle, another 50p game. Hard Hitters 2. Generic tennis game, I'm going to guess that. Never been a big fan of tennis. I find tennis kind of boring. They are literally just hitting it back and forth. And at the end of the day, it's quite a middle-upper-class sport. And I like cricket, which is also a middle-upper-class sport, but at least cricket's got more involved in it, more rules. Tennis, they're literally just hitting it back and forth. It's a tad boring. Really boring. I'm sorry if I offend anyone by that, but it's just my opinion. I find tennis really, really boring. Let's go on to the next one. Game 4. Gravity games. One of those BMX Extreme games.
Yaka, bro!
It's a bit of a weird one, this one, because it is a PAL game, this is, but at the bottom, I've never seen that mature plus M15 perfect square. I'm going to assume it's one of those things. It was made by Midway, by the way, just before they went financially bankrupt for their own stupidity. That's a fact. Thank God they got bought out by Warner Brothers, and we're still getting amazing Mortal Kombat games. By the way, Mortal Kombat 1, amazing game. Story's interesting, we'll go with that one. Do not buy the Switch version. The Switch version is awful. Buy the PS5 version. Best version around. Anyway, just getting back to the reality. Yes, I'm going to try that. I'm kind of curious how that's going to play. Anyway, next game. Occasionally I'll miss a game I really should have got early. You know what I mean? By that I mean like a very popular game that sold in the millions. This time, for some reason, I don't know how I've missed this, but I've never actually had a copy of Time Splitters in the normal version. I've got the Platinum version, but I've literally got my first copy of Time Splitters in the normal version, which is quite baffling because it's one of my favourite games. Because what it is, the Platinum version I had from when I was a boy. It's one of the games I basically bought before I started collecting them, and I never needed the normal version, so I just like I naturally assumed I had it. So it's one of those things. So that's a result. I think they pay like £4 or £5 for Time Splitters at CEX. So at the moment we're roughly getting into maybe like £10. It would have cost me at CEX. Yeah. Anyway, the next 3 games are Platinum versions. So SNX Tricky, very good snowboarding game. Very good franchise. Wish it went longer than it did, but it was the early 2000s. Fads came and fads went. Shockingly, didn't have Star Wars Lego on Platinum. One of those things, like, you would have thought one of those games would be easy to find on Platinum. No, it's not. It's one of the hardest games to find on Platinum. I don't know what that is, but the hardest game to find on Platinum, and I finally got a version, is the original Devil May Cry. 3 times I found a Platinum case of Devil May Cry at CEX, and 3 times it was a normal disc. You have no idea how hard it is to find this and how annoying it is. Also, camera.
Man is stupid.
Yeah, the technology budget here isn't great. It really isn't. I'm just gonna say it like it is. I'm not hiding the truth. It's just the way it is. So maybe that would have been maybe 18 quid maybe at CEX. But the next game alone would have cost me £25 by itself. Also a very hard game to find. I finally have FIFA 14, and the actual disc itself is actually in, apart from like you can tell, it's actually in fantastic condition. So I'm elated with that. Obviously it's the Legacy edition, so it's the terrible edition. But I think I mentioned it a few times. There was only 2 games released for the PS2 in 2014, the last 2 games released. FIFA 14 and Pro Evolution Soccer 14. The Pro Evolution Soccer late games are all incredibly rare. Not incredibly, and some are incredibly expensive, but the FIFA ones are also rare too. But I finally found that. So that's the main reason I got the bundle, because I was sick and tired of looking for it. I've only got FIFA 13 to find now, then I haven't got to look for another FIFA game ever in my whole goddamn life. And I will be ecstatic when I find FIFA 13. But anyway, that's 9 games, so that leaves 100... No, including what I put in there, just over under 200 games, so in those 2 different lots, got to sell. So if you take £25 off, plus the £20 for the other games, so £45 off what I paid. If I get close to £140 back for those 2 bundles, I will be happy. If I make a small loss in that, I don't mind. It's just the way. It's just I'm now getting at a point where I'd rather. Sorry, microphone. I'm leaving that in. It's just the way it is. I'm now getting to that point where if I can actually get the game physically in hand and make a small loss in it, I will. That's why I'm doing CX Roulette Tuesdays, because I'm going to lose like £3 in every delivery because it's £2.95 postage, which is taking the piss, quite frankly. But some of these games I've never seen a copy of, and I'd rather get them sooner rather than later before they start really going up in price again. I am now getting to a point where I had to make very small financial sacrifices to get buying some of these games. I don't mind doing that. That's the way it is. So yes, so those 9 games are going into the actual collection. So we're now sitting at 1331. Let's get the incredibly expensive chalk. Oh my god, I cannot believe. I forgot whenever I suggested this, I was like, that is actually a shockingly good idea. And I cannot believe that in 2023 I'm rocking a blackboard and it works out really well. It really does. So we are actually now, we only got 899 games to find now. So we're below 900. And you would have thought you still got 900 games to find, that's easy, right? No, it's not. It's not. In all seriousness now, unless I go to like 3 or 4 CX in a day, I'll be lucky to find 10 games plus in one trip. That's the way it is. So anyway, that's pretty much the majority of this episode from the building and the eBay. Hopefully the Norwich episode will be out in 3 or 4 days' time. Dave will be editing that one. I'm editing this one. By the way, you can always tell who's editing the video. If it's got like chirpy music in the background, it's a me. If it's got like loud music when I'm searching for games, it's a him. Dave's a much better editor than I am, but I'm getting better. I can do the smaller episodes. I can redo the smaller episodes. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please comment. I do reply to all comments, unless it's just you being incredibly rude. Then I'll most likely give you a sarcastic comment, or I'll just delete it. Only happened once in 6 and 7 months so far, thank God. Yeah. Yeah. I do please like, comment. I do reply to all comments, as I said. If you want to join the Discord, please, I would welcome new members. I like talking to everyone, I really do. I'm always available to speak to on Discord, as long as I'm not working. Obviously work full time, so that's 40 hours a week I'm working. So obviously future episodes, obviously Norwich will be more to the end of this week. Obviously, then from next Tuesday will be CX Roulette Tuesday every Tuesday. Obviously. And the main episode I'll be out Friday, Saturday or Sunday, depending on the editing and if Dave's busy or not. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Stay safe.